What do you think, Rex? Albert turned his face upward and sniffed the mountain air. Rex was doing the same, his muzzle raised high to capture whatever scents the breeze might contain. They were in La Aubraye, a small village in the Alsace region of France, famous for being the birthplace of the world-famous bretzel. Like many well-known dishes, the village's claim was contested by a dozen other sites across France, and it remained entirely possible the truth of the dish's origins could be traced to an Austrian baker. Arriving by train the previous evening, Albert's pilgrimage to sample and savour the dish at its source was as much about avoiding his home as it was with anything else. Left alone when his wife passed, her presence permeated the very air inside their house, and though he didn't believe in ghosts, he was constantly haunted by her memory. At 78, he had accepted that he was no longer a young man. By the same token, he didn't think he was old either. Old was when you hit 95. He had a long way to go to get to that point. A former police superintendent, he had recently exposed a shocking spate of crimes perpetrated by and on behalf of a distant member of the royal family. The very public nature of the inquiry that followed was another reason behind his decision to be elsewhere. In France, the story of the British aristocrat and the pensioner who took him down was known, but he wasn't being recognised every 5 minutes like he was in England. Relaxing on a bench with a quietly babbling stream tickling away to his right, it was a little too cool to be outside. Yet all the locals commented on how unseasonably warm it was. Well, all except those who said it ought to already be snowing. Regardless of the temperature, Albert elected to eat his regional delicacy with a view of the mountains backdropping the picturesque village. Celeste, the landlady of his delightful guest house, recommended a walking route that took him to a high point just above the village. It was a bit of a trek, she admitted, but worth it for the view. Knowing Rex would appreciate a good walk, and telling himself this was what would keep his own body moving, Albert found the cut-through between the houses. It was right where Celeste said it would be.